Welcome back. I'm your host, Yildiz Readings. We are going to cover your update. And yes, don't forget to look at the masculine and the karmic third party energy. We do cover those weekly. Now, as to our disclaimers, all the information is directly below. And always make sure that you're in a good vibe before watching any of these videos. We do want to support you here at Yildiz Readings. And if you do need a booking, all information is directly below for that added support. Otherwise, online, to my belief, not that I'm affiliated, we do have better help. Let's take a look at what is coming up for your energy this week. This is looking and feeling as though you are in a way changing. There is these changes. Now, you guys have been through quite a bit in your ascension path over the last few months. And there is a new beginning here. And I do feel that, I don't know why I'm hearing the term. I mean, the card says be fair, but I'm hearing be fearless. It's weird. It's like, in a balanced sense, I feel the divine feminine is coming back into balance, but you also have to be kind to yourself. But I do think there is some balance coming up. I think there's going to be some very unexpected events that you are not seeing. You're really not seeing it coming. And I do think those things are going to be quite subtle initially and then quite shocking as it proceeds forward. Something in a sense of a wish that you have had that hasn't come to pass, where you feel it's dissolved and you've moved into acceptance. Some surprises coming. You still can't quite, when it is coming to this path, get, all these things. Some of it just does not make sense. And I remember a point in my journey where I was looking back and I was doing the X-Files, Dana Scully and Mulder. I had moments where I was like, almost feeling very, very human, like a lot of the things and circumstances in my ascension process never, ever happened. But I found way too many examples where both polarities exist. So although I got the signs and synchronicities, I got the ascension symptoms, psychic attacks, there were other moments where I would know the person would call me and straight away I would get a phone call. So the interconnection was most definitely there, and I could not question that. Even though from a logical point of view, I was like, why spiritually would I choose this path, and why spiritually would I have to go through this? For many of you, even to this day, I have the basics down packed in that sense of the reasons why. But I feel there are some things that aren't quite answered yet. There is also some confusion about why this person has been reacting the way they have over the years, but there is something that is coming to clarity. And that I do feel there is a mending both parties are directly going through at this point in time. And I feel both of you, whether you know it or not, are very much in the same vibration now due to circumstances that happened in your life, both jointly and separately, where you are looking at relationships so differently now. And now sometimes we can build walls up and we can block ourselves, to the point where we won't let anyone in. That's a healing time. That's a different situation. After you've moved through those processes, you get the treasures. And this is what universe is saying. So for some of you, it could be some motivation, and that might be that you are going through a hard time and you're feeling, is this in vain? Is this for nothing? And 9 times out of 10, no, I believe not. There is going to be some gifts here, and these are going to be quite beneficial. They're saying don't get too scared if you need to let things go, be it it's the thought or just be. We've got the 9 energy coming up. This is a 9 vibration yet. And, I also recall, and I'm looking at this card, chaos and conflict. I recall a moment where even within a reconciliation, there were some hurdles, and I remember sitting there and talking to a spiritual friend, and they're like, "Yildiz, what do you want?" And I said, "Well, I want to be like the tree." And it was weird that I was sitting on the veranda, being naughty, having a smoke, and talking to this individual. And I looked out to the left of me, and there was a tree, and it was just so calmly dancing in the wind. And I was like, look, the tree's not even offended that I'm having a terrible time. So self-indulgent. And he said to me, well, what do you want? And I went, you know what? I want to be like the tree. I want to be able to function effectively through my ascension, through my chaos, and actually be present without feeling that I'm living up in my head and I'm always worried about what's going to happen next. And I thought I need to learn how to be like Buddha, being present in the moment, whatever that environment is. And, all these challenges that you all have gone through are going to serve a purpose because you literally are desensitizing wounds. You're working on yourself. You're seeing other people's points of view. It's a beautiful transition, even though we don't feel beautiful with it at the time. On the other side of it, what you do get is so much peace and so much beauty, as well as being open so that when the connection is coming in, you are so calm and within your own body again that you're open to it. And I feel this is a process many feminines are going through. I'm looking at the bottom row. I even fretted at the never ending story. And this is what we've really called this. This is it does mean we do break cycles, okay? You are breaking a cycle. You may not believe you are breaking a cycle. You are breaking a cycle. Now, breaking a cycle, does that mean it will never happen? Does that mean you have to wait till the next lifetime? Not at all. Breaking a cycle means not living in the fear, not living in the, oh my gosh, this is going to happen again. What if this goes wrong? Like I said, look back to the top row, chaos and conflict. Living presently and looking at it like everyone does have crappy days. Everyone does have terrible things. We all will at some point in our life, but we also will have grand things and beautiful things. And there is some unexpected that's coming to you, and you are getting into harmony. This is destined. Nothing that is destined can ever be taken from you. And many of you, I'm looking at the outcome card and I'm chuckling because my guide's chiming in going, regeneration and reincarnation. Sometimes we do feel like, is this going to be in another lifetime? I don't feel so, divine feminine. I feel you are regenerating. I feel you are moving through a new growth. I feel this connection is coming in, and this particularly could be why the energy for many of you is very, very strong. You are going to have some fated events that go down this month, and they're referencing this month, not this week, this month and beyond. There are big portals you all are moving through. And it's funny, I've also heard the power of one, but I feel it's the joint connection. It's the yin yang. You do your side, they do their side, the interconnection joins. I feel both of you are going through a big transition at this point. And there could be some personal circumstances in your life that you are shifting about that you feel no longer resonate with you. And, some of us, it could be that when we're making those decisions, we feel incredibly guilty. Other times it feels very, very authentic. It's like, look, this is what I have to do. And this does feel like a separate situation to the twin flame path. I also feel that many of you may be needed to rest, are learning to find balance, are learning to find creativity to, recharge you. I feel some of you are going on a trip. There's a lot of silence and calmness coming. If you are not embodying this right now, there is something that's being attracted to you very beautifully. They're also saying for some of you, it could be that you see some signs in the clouds. Now, what they're referencing, it might be a shape. It could look like something. It could be that you're meditating upon a circumstance. You could be looking up at the sky and getting a phone call. They're just referencing the sky. You need to be open to surprises. They're also saying you will know when to jump. You will know when to open. Something very certain is here. This is very, very entwined, very, very entwined. I really do feel, divine feminine, you're not going to see this coming. Take your time to regenerate. Take your time to know that the passion and the connections here. The other thing is, for many of you, you don't realize the chemistry. Sometimes when we haven't seen that person for a while, we don't realize the chemistry. If you are already within this connection, although a lot of this energy will still relate to you, you can actually book a private reading and we can look at your individual circumstance. Something is coming to you. You know, a lot of you are feeling, oh my God, you know, it's taking so long. Some blessings from the past are coming back. And they're saying that the patience will be worth the wait. And I also feel for some of you, you could be this week actually tuning into something quite large that counterpart is going through. Just be aware of what that vibration is. If your vibe has been very, very balanced and all of a sudden it goes off kilter, a lot of times, if the first person who pops into your head, because you guys are actually, once you go through an awakening, you're actually opening up your psychic powers, your perception. And so any human being you have ever been connected to, or somebody you could literally have a picture of a person and channel those individuals. So if there's something you were thinking about, it's more referencing your side of the fence. These people also can tune into you, because a lot like the tree, look at this tree, we're all interconnected. It's a telephone line, right? So here I'm seeing from the top row, with this chaos and conflict, for some of you, there is a possibility that you're tuning into a particular individual, not just a circumstance, because I do see overall there's a potential of peace this week. The peace more so in a sense that you're going through the ebbs and flows. There are some blessings coming back to you. For some of you, if you are celebrating something, there could be a gift coming. But whomever pops into your head when this vibe comes in, it is going to be those individuals. We will check in with us next week. If you do want any of our details, they are directly below, bookings, etc. Our Sage and a Surgical Network info page has our sign up newsletter. So if you do sign up to it to join the second round offers, we directly will PM you as soon as that is open. So if you are wanting to get onto the list, come through. We do have pre-release content, events, chat rooms, and more. And we are going to be hopefully getting the education content done. I will see you next week. Take care, and I'd love to hear how this relates to you.